Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ottawa for this Week 8 game matchup between the Salt Lake City Rustlers coming in to visit the Ottawa Cavalry in this fourth game of this slate of action here in Week 8. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Justin Reside. I'm Nate Hall. I'll be your play-by-play. Justin Reside will be doing the color commentary. And Justin, this game has huge playoff implications in it for both teams. We saw in the earlier games this evening with a couple of losses by some of the other teams that both of these teams are still in it. What are you going to be looking for in this game?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for both teams to battle it out because right now Salt Lake, with a win, could possibly get in that fourth spot race with Tacoma, as well as Ottawa as well can still run and make it the playoffs because Lexington did not win their game against Annapolis earlier, so hopefully this will be a good close game between these two squads.
To get through pre-game festivities here with the coin toss, Ottawa is needing a win tonight to even have a hope of winning the postseason. So they're going to be looking to win tonight to keep their very, very slim playoff hopes alive. With the win tonight, Ottawa would need both Lexington and Tacoma to win. To lose out next week in order for Ottawa to be in. Ball's on the tee, and we are off here in Ottawa. And Ottawa's back to receive, coming up the middle, and he's going to bring it out with the juke move all the way up to the 24-yard line, and that is where Ottawa's offense will start their first drive of the ball game. Let's introduce you really quick to the Ottawa Cavalry offense, led by quarterback Scar Patterson. The halfback is AJ Conway. Fullback is Mateo Pravado. Wide receiver Gus Scott, and Dougie Day is also there with him at wide receiver. And tight end is Dusty Rourke. As Scar Patterson starts out under center here with split back in the backfield. They hand it to AJ Conway on the left side, and he gets a gain of about 4 yards before he's tackled.
Yeah, good job there, AJ Conway, getting those holes, and a good job by assignment there by the two Rustler tacklers to get AJ Conway to only give him 4 yards on that first play.
And we'll introduce you to the Salt Lake City defense after this play here on 2nd and 6. Scar Patterson under center once again with 4 wide, single back is Conway in the backfield. From the 28-yard line, back throws Patterson. Off to the left, he has the receiver, and that's going to be a good 4-yard gain to bring it to 3rd and short. Salt Lake City's defense looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Yeager is back there at defensive end at number 66. Golden Dino is inside linebacker. Bogey Barr, who's leading the league, in tackles, is outside linebacker. Dedrick Law and Edmund Crow are the cornerbacks. Free safeties are Evans and Kanan. Rick Evans and Sabo. As the handoff there, he's got some room. It's Conway off to the left side, a huge gain, and that's going to be a first down to round out that roster. Frankie Custer, who wreaks havoc in that backfield in the secondary, is strong safety. And Justin, AJ Conway there on the left side has a huge gain to get them in great field position here.
Yeah, great job there, AJ Conway. He was running pretty well until Custer there just stopped him. That could have been a touchdown for AJ Conway if Custer wasn't there to tackle him.
Yeah, Custer there making a nice tackle to save a touchdown there, or else we'd be still calling his name to the house, I'm sure. Another 4 wide receiver set. Scar Patterson here on first down. Back to throw. They're going to swing it out to Conway, and that's only going to be a 2-yard gain before he's gang tackled. Looks like number 36, though, was in there. That's going to be Edmund Crow on the tackle. Yeah,
good job there on that screen, even though Salt Lake City did read it pretty well to only have Conway to get 2 yards, 3 yards on that play.
So that brings up 2nd and 8. Ottawa's already in Salt Lake City territory here on the 44-yard line. Scar Patterson back to throw once again. Deep drop over the middle, and that's going to be tipped and incomplete. That's going to be number 45 for Salt Lake City. Bogey Barr looking to wreak havoc early on this Ottawa offense as he tips that pass away.
Yeah, perfect one-on-one coverage there by Bogey Barr there. Scar Patterson was either probably looking for Scott on that play, but he had him one-on-one, and Bolivar just bats the ball down for his first pat down of the game. Or pass deflection.
An early third down test here for Ottawa, 3rd and 8, as Patterson's alone here in the backfield, back to throw, has all day to throw it. He's looking deep, going towards the end zone, and that's going to be tipped away, but it looks like that could have been caught. Number 80 had his hands on it. That's going to be Harry Harper, one of the backup wide receivers, but it looks like that was tipped by one of the defenders before Harper had another chance at it.
Yeah, somebody had one-on-one coverage with Harper. Perfect job there by this Salt Lake City defender to force, to tip that ball and force Harper not to catch that ball.
Bringing up 4th down. It's going to bring back a punting situation here for Ottawa as he gets that punt away, looking to pin Salt Lake City deep on their first drive of the game, and they do so as they're going to down this ball way back here at the 3-yard line, and Kenny Slider and company is going to have a tough job to try to get this ball from deep in their own into the field on their first drive of the game.
Yes, very tough. It's 98 yards for Salt Lake City to go because Ottawa had the perfect idea there to punt it off and then down it at the 3-yard line.
Slider under center to start this first play. Slider hands it off to the running back here, and he's not going to go anywhere as Logan Lee is dropped for a loss of 1 on the play. Good job by the defense. Let's take a look at the Salt Lake City offense as we have a pause here on Kenny Slider leads him at quarterback, Logan Lee at halfback, Callie Blow and Lottie Liu is wide receivers, Brian Murphy at tight end, and Randy Fatt, a Week 6 signing at guard. As another handoff here, right up the middle for Logan Lee, and again, not going to find any room before he's tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was looking for room to find the holes, and then there was a lot of red jerseys coming after him. After Logan Lee there.
3rd and long here, 3rd and 11 from the 2-yard line. I think they're probably just going to look to play it safe here to try to get them out of the shadows of their own end zone. And they do hand it off to Logan Lee. And again, this Ottawa defense is just ready for Salt Lake City, number 56 in there. That's going to be outside linebacker Darren Fields on the tackle, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, good try there. Salt Lake City was trying to make sure their punter was not in the end zone, but that punter is now in the end zone punting it.
And Ottawa is going to end up with great field position here after being tackled down at the 32-yard line. Already almost in field goal range for the Salt Lake City offense. I'm sorry, for Ottawa's offense as Scar Patterson and company come back out for their second drive of the game.
Yeah, this second drive is perfect field position for Emily if they go 3 and out for new kicker Amelia Rose to kick a field goal.
Yeah, we'll talk about her here in a little bit, as well as the new signings for both of these teams. But Scar Patterson is back to throw, and he has his man out there to the left for a good 4-yard gain. That's going to be Gus Scott there on the catch.
Yeah, good decision there by Scar Patterson to find Gus Scott there for on the short routes there, because you got to find your wide receivers in the short patterns.
Inside the 30 already as Scar Patterson hands the ball off, and he fumbles it. Looks like AJ Conway coughed that ball up, and Salt Lake City is going to come away with a turnover here on defense.
Yeah, I think AJ Conway was probably carrying it like a loaf of bread, and then the Salt Lake City defender looked like Rick Evans popped it out.
It looks like Rick Evans popped it out, and then maybe Gondino might have been in there on the recovery.
No, it was Frankie Custard there on the recovery, I believe.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you're right. It was Frankie Custard there on the recovery. So, at any rate, good job by that defense to get the ball back for Salt Lake's offense. We didn't get a chance to look at Ottawa's defense. We'll do so after this snap, as Salt Lake City Kenny Slider is back there in the gun, and that cornerback tried to jump the route, but it's going to be caught by the wide receiver. That's going to be the tight end Brian Murphy on the sideline route for a good 6-yard gain.
Yeah, sideline routes are perfect in the SFL to get short yardage, so you can go to the second mediums here.
Slider back in the gun once again with 3 wide. Running backs on the other side of him. Slider is back to throw once again. Has all the time in the world to throw it. Looks to the left, and that bounces off his wide receiver's hands. That's going to be Lottie Lou that couldn't hold on to it, as Ottawa's defense was ready for that one. Anthony Anderson is the defensive end for Ottawa Cavalry. Juan Mississippi is the inside linebacker. Outside linebacker is Declan Wark, who leads this team in tackles. Amar Bryant and Terrence Pearson is cornerbacks. Free safety is Andrew Hubbard, and strong safety is Josh Neal, as it is 3rd and 4 here from the 29-yard line. As Slider looks like he's trying to change the play at the line. Back to throw is Slider. Looks to the left on a sideline route, and Lou, once again, just can't get a hold of that ball as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, he just, he's trying to get balls, but the Ottawa defender there keeps making footsteps, and he just can't catch the ball.
Lottie Lou leading this team on offense in yards and receiving touchdowns. Just can't get anything going early in this ball game as Salt Lake City's punter Frank Gussie is back to punt, back to the Ottawa's offense. And that is almost blocked, but he does get this one away, and it is going to be fielded about 38-yard line and gets about 3 yards before he's tackled up to the 42-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan and fantasy. Sorry, Justin, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah, that's okay in there, Nate. You had to do that.
As Scar Patterson is back under center as he throws the flat route there to AJ Conway, and Conway picks up 2 yards to set up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, good job there by Scar Patterson to find his check down receiver in Conway, to so Conway can secure the ball correctly, unlike the fumble he had early in their own territory. Or that was in Salt Lake City territory.
As Scar Patterson's back to throw again, he gets another flat route out there to AJ Conway. This time he's got a good 6 yards up to midfield before he's tackled to set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, Custard there on the tackle there, because if you have these short routes in plan, you're gonna have the next pass is gonna be your deep one here.
3rd and short, they might just try to hand this ball off to Conway to see what he can do, maybe on the ground game. But they do hand it off to him as Conway tries to go off tackle, but that defense, number 37 there on the tackle, that's going to be Sabo Cannon. That's going to bring up 4th down at midfield. Yeah,
Cannon was there on the spot to stop Conway from gaining any more yardage, because that's what you need to do as the safeties. You got to get up on the receivers or the running backs.
Justin, this is interesting. I don't know if they're actually going to snap it, but they're lining up to go for it here on 4th and 2 here at midfield.
Yeah, very interesting call here to go with a 4th and 2 at midfield.
It's only the first quarter here, maybe a little bit too early, but it looks like they're just trying to bait the defense to jumping off sides, and they do call timeout. I don't really like that call. I think most of the people here in this league don't like that call, but it's worth a shot, I guess, but just didn't jump off sides there, and they're going to end up putting this one away.
Yeah, it's the fine line between going for it on 4th down and making them jump off side to get get your a free 5 yards, or taking that timeout and having to punt it on 4th down. We had the lighter of those two options.
As Ottawa's punter here, Aiden Loft, is back to punt. And he does get this one away. Boy, these defenders are getting close to these blocks, just haven't gotten to the punters yet. But that's going to be fair caught at the 11-yard line, and that's where Slider and company will begin their next drive of this game.
Yeah, so, yes, because, Salt Lake's been brilliant. Each team has it at 3-and-out so far. Hopefully, Salt Lake can sustain a drive this time on this set of downs.
As Slider starts this drive back in the gun. with Logan Lee to the right of him. Back to throw his slider, however, and he looks to the left, and they're going to say he was out of bounds before he caught that one. It's going to count as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he was just, not in bounds there. We have a little bit of extracurricular activity out there after the play there.
Looks like they're, this game has the playoff implications for both teams. They both know they need to win this game to continue their playoff hopes. I am expecting a very chippy game as Slider comes out under center here on second down, swings it out to the running back of Logan Lee, and he is not going to get anything. He's going to be stopped for no gain on that play.
Yeah, all the Ottawa defenders came up right on Logan Lee as he caught that ball to not give him a yard on that play.
As Slider here on third down is going to go under center with both backs in the backfield. Slider is back to throw, has some time, now he's running out of it, and Slider's going to get a first down on his feet. You don't hardly ever see that in this league, but Slider had the awareness that none of his wide receivers were open. He stepped up in the pocket, saw a running lane, and that's going to be a first down all the way up to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, great job by the Ottawa defense there, even though they let Kenny Slider run for the first down. That was perfect coverages all around there by the Ottawa defense.
Great awareness, though, by Slider to step up and get the first down on his own as he's back to throw again, backpedaling to avoid the pressure, and he's going to get another completion deep down to the 40-yard line. He's going to find his tight end, Brian Murphy, and that's going to be a huge first down for this offense.
Yeah, watching the replay there, he runs down the middle there, perfect route, no one-on-one coverage, no Ottawa defenders there. It was just him all alone, and that's why he gets the first down on that big yardage play.
Justin, luckily Josh Neal was back there in safety to tackle him, or else he'd be running to the house there on that play. I think so. But at any rate, it's going to be at the 40-yard line for a first down. Slider back to throw. He's going to throw it to the right. He's got another completion, and that's going to be a good 8-yard gain, as this time it looks like it's going to be one of the backup wide receivers, Grant Hickman, on the reception.
Yeah, it looked like he went on an arrow route or a short route on that play. Perfectly designed there by Salt Lake to get good amount of yardage there for second two.
As now Salt Lake City finds themselves for the first time in this game knocking on the door of field goal territory, but this time nowhere to run for Logan Lee, and he's going to be tackled for a 4-yard loss on that play for a third and medium.
Neal coming right out of his safety spot there to take down Lee for his first tackle for a loss tonight.
Neal already making an impact early in this game, still in the first quarter, as Slider goes under center here, 3 wide to the right, as he's going to throw it over the middle, has a man, and he's going to get enough for the first down. That's number 10, Callie Blow, to get first down conversion for this offense, and they're going to find themselves all the way down to the 27-yard line. Yeah,
good job there by Callie Blow to get the first down, but I think Ottawa needs to have a tighter defense because man-to-man defense is a good defense to go with in these situations on these passes.
Callie Blow, one of the new Week 6 signings on this team, as he's got a running lane to the right-hand side, and that's going to be Logan Lee all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. None of the defense could catch up to him, and Logan Lee knew what to do with the rock as he takes it in for pay dirt to get the scoring started for Salt Lake.
Perfect job there, blockers everywhere, and Logan Lee just does the rest and goes to the end zone.
Looks like Grant Hickman had a good seal block on that right side to help pop him open on that off tackle run, and just after that block, Logan Lee did the rest and took it to the house for 6. As kicker Jordan Bradshaw comes on now for the point after attempt. Snatch down, kick is up by Bradshaw, and it is good to give Salt Lake the early 7-0 lead. And Justin, that last drive by Salt Lake City was just a great job all around of making it a balanced effort on both running and passing the ball. Finally finished off by that long run by Logan Lee.
Yes, that was a great job. Great decisions there by Salt Lake to put in run and pass plays to get a good, efficient drive to the end zone, and Logan Lee takes it the rest of the way.
Let's see if Ottawa now can answer on their next drive as the kickoff is returned up to the 24-yard line. Ottawa here, Scar Patterson and company, they have the weapons to do it. Gus Scott is the veteran on this team at wide receiver, but Dougie Day, week 6 signing, but he had a big coming out party last week in that game that they had against Boise. Even though it was a loss, Dougie Day came out to play.
Yeah, he did come out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Dougie Day did come out, even though in that loss against Boise last week, he was all over the field catching balls and doing a great job for Ottawa as one of the newest weapons here in Ontario.
As that first down run doesn't go anywhere and ends up being a loss for 2 yards, so finding themselves going backwards already on the start of this next drive by Ottawa. Scar Patterson comes back out under center, offset eye behind him. Back to throw. He's going to throw it out to the flat, and AJ Conway so far just has nowhere to go as the defense was ready for him on that flat route.
Yeah, every time Conway got the ball, the defense was ready for him. They have 4 or maybe 5 white jerseys coming up on him every time he gets the ball handed off or gets it in a check down situation.
3rd and long already here on this drive for Ottawa as Scar Patterson comes back out in the gun. Looks to throw it. He has his man out there to the right, number 83, Dougie Day. Just talking about him, comes away with his first catch of the night, but it's not going to be enough. It's only good for 9 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, good job there by Dougie Day, but just 4 yards short of getting that first down. It's going to be punt, and now it's Salt Lake City ball once again.
Good job by that Salt Lake City defense to force a 3 and out. As the punter comes out for Calvary, that's Loft once again coming out to punt this one away. He does get this one off, not nearly as much pressure as that last punt he had. Gets it off and is fielded at the 30-yard line. It's going to be brought up to the 35-yard line, and that's where Salt Lake City offense will begin this next drive. And Justin, it's still early in this game with 4 seconds left here in the first quarter, but I feel like if Salt Lake City, with the pace of this game that it is so far, if Salt Lake City can get a score here on this drive, Ottawa might be staring at a deficit they're going to be trying to fight so hard to catch up from later on in this game.
Yeah, but we know how Scar Patterson is late in the game. He's not called captain to Ottawa for nothing.
That is very true, as they do hand the ball off here for Salt Lake to Logan Lee. Had that big touchdown run on the last drive, but he is not going to go anywhere back to the line of scrimmage, as that is the last play here in the first quarter. And Salt Lake City here with the early 7-0 lead. You're watching the SFL Minor League presented by APM Music here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Ottawa as we begin the second quarter here. Salt Lake City with the ball. Slider under center for a 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Slider hands the ball off to AJ Conway, and he is not going to go for very much as they only give him 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, O'Rourke there on the tackle. He knew where Logan Lee was going on that play, and he gave him, and Logan Lee only got minimal yards on that play.
Let's see if they get a pass play going here with Slider under center. Slider is back to throw, has some time back there in the pocket, throws it deep and just overthrows his man, and that's going to be incomplete. Looks like he was looking for Lottie Lou on a deep pattern there and just couldn't find his man as he overshot him.
Yeah, way overshot him because a lot of the Ottawa defenders there were bunched up there between him and Lottie Lou and the ball there. So,
and that's going to bring out punter Frank Gussie to punt this ball away to Ottawa. And the punt is away, as that was almost blocked, but it's away nonetheless. Fielded at the 24-yard line. and back up to the 28-yard line is where Ottawa will start here on this drive.
Yeah, and Ottawa needs to get some sustained drives here because the last 3 drives was every time was 3 and out for the Ottawa offense here.
Yeah, let's see if they can sustain the drive here this time as they start with split backs in the backfield. Scar Patterson under center with 3 wide. Scar Patterson back to throw, has a man off to his right, and that is going to be completed on that out route. And this time it's going to be Dougie Day on the reception for a 7-yard gain and bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, nice job there by Day to use the nice arrow routes to have himself get open so Scar Patterson can give him a nice ball into his hands.
And even though he is new, he's making an impact in these first 2 weeks of his SFL minor league career, and that's great to see. If you love seeing minor league players making an impact, this is great to watch. As they hand the ball off, that's going to be, it's going to be AJ Conway as he gets a huge lane off the left-hand side, and he's going to go all the way down to the 34-yard line. Huge gain there to bring up a 1st down.
Yeah, great job by there, AJ Conway, to get a huge gain. His last huge gain was 31 yards, so this one could be more than that. I think that was 31, 32 yards about there on that run there by AJ Conway.
Big yardage on that play, setting themselves up deep inside Salt Lake City territory, looking to get more chunky yardage here as they start 1st down. Patterson back to throw, and he's going to find his man. That is Gus Scott on the left side, falling out of bounds, but it's going to be a 3-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, now it's Ottawa sustaining a drive like this, getting 1st down yardage via the pass, and then handing it off to AJ Conway on this pretty good drive so far.
And they have come out with a balanced attack. Ottawa Cavalry has so far. Just hasn't had anything on the scoreboard to show for it yet. Scar Patterson back to throw. He's going to throw on the run and just misses his wide receiver. That's going to be incomplete to set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, looking for Vermillion there, but you had 2 wrestlers there to knock down the ball.
Never a good idea to throw to double coverage, and luckily for Ottawa and Scar Patterson, it fell incomplete, as it brings up a 3rd and 7 here on the 31-yard line. One thing you don't want here if you're Ottawa is loss of yardage on a sack or anything like that. Scar Patterson back to throw, looking to avoid the rush that's coming at him, throws it deep, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be a touchdown, and that's Dougie Day getting another touchdown for this Ottawa offense, and they are 1 point away, pinning this extra point of tying it up.
Great job there by Dougie Day to get away from his one-on-one cover. The double, I think that was double coverage there. No, a single coverage there by Custer. Yeah, it's like, you beat your coverage man, and Dougie Day just got in the end zone for the touchdown.
That is just Dougie Day outstretching to get that ball over Custer's head. Custer, coming into this game, has 3 interceptions and 4 pass deflections on the season, so he looks to wreak havoc back there in the defensive backfield. But Dougie Day just beat him to the ball. And with the extra point going through the uprights, that's going to tie this game up at 7 apiece here early in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, I think Dougie Day was thinking that football was a Twinkie there on that touchdown.
Maybe, but we'll never know. We'll have to interview him after the game to see. But as Ottawa finally comes away with some points here early in the 2nd quarter, we got a brand new ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Both these teams coming out showing that how much this game means to both of these teams early in this ball game, as this ball is going to be received and brought out to about the 30-yard line, and that's where Slider and company will begin this next drive, looking to answer that last score by Ottawa.
Yeah, it's like offense. Scar Patterson say, we'll score a touchdown here. Now telling Teddy Slider to, hey, answer us right back, boy.
And I'd be amiss if I didn't point out that the new kicker for Ottawa is Amelia Rose, Week 8 signing, another one of those female players we're going to keep our eye on in this game, as Salt Lake City starts this drive, and Lee goes nowhere back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, but he does have 3 yards of carry pretty much this whole game, which is a good start for Salt Lake City in the run game.
Yeah, that 27-yard touchdown earlier in this game will help him out on the average for sure. As Slider comes out in the gun here on 2nd and 10, back to throw is Slider, has some time, and that's going to be tipped away and incomplete. That is going to be number 25 there on the deflection, Leland Nichols there to bat that ball away.
Yeah, nice job by Nickel there on that play because he was one-on-one coverage there, and that was a perfect pass deflection for Nichols there on that.
3rd and 10 here as Salt Lake looks to extend this drive from the 30-yard line. Slider back under center with 2 backs behind him split in the backfield. Slider is back to throw, and that's going to be tipped away and complete. This time it was Terrence Pearson on the deflection, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Salt Lake City will have to punt this one away.
Yeah, a lot of man coverage there by Ottawa, preventing the passing from Kenny Slider. And it's, again, this game is important to Salt Lake because if they win, they're going to be close running with Tacoma at 4-3 heading into next week.
Yeah, both of these teams, like we said earlier, looking to get their playoff hopes, keep their playoff hopes alive as that punt is away. Little stutter step by the receiver, and he's going to come away with good yardage on that return as he brings this ball all the way out to the 46-yard line. That is number 84, the backup wide receiver, Jamal Carter, on the return. Had a nice stop-and-go action there. It almost looked like a little juke there to give him some extra yards on that return.
Yeah, pretty good juke moves there by Carter there to get it to the 46.
As Scar Patterson is back out there to lead this team on offense. Looks like he wanted to change the play, throws it off to the left, and tiptoeing on the sidelines is Gus Scott. That's going to be good for 3 yards.
Yep, the SFL rule, you have to keep 1 foot in bounds, and Scott did that. So, 2nd and 7.
I might be showing my age a little bit here, but was he tiptoeing through the tulips there? I don't know, maybe. But at any rate,
I don't know, Nate.
At any rate, little Tiny Tim reference for you there. As Scar Patterson comes back out under center on 2nd down and 7, almost to midfield here. Scar Patterson back to throw, has some time. That's going to be thrown, but he was well past the line of scrimmage as he lets that ball loose. And I think that's going to be an illegal forward pass.
Yeah, I think we saw the same thing with Jordan Snape when we called our last game.
And that is going to be a legal forward pass, and it is going to be a loss of down and loss of yardage. That is going to hurt this Ottawa offense, as it's going to bring up a 3rd and long here for this offense on this drive.
Yeah, Patterson made that mistake of throwing the football right over the line of scrimmage, and you can't do that because of that. If you do that, you're going to get penalized and you lose your down here.
Scar Patterson, I think, would have been better off just tucking that ball and running because it looked like he might have had a lane up the middle before he let that ball loose. But at any rate, he's going to be back in the gun here on 3rd and long with 4 wide, looking to keep this drive alive on 3rd and 12. He does have a man off to the left, but he goes out of bounds a yard short. Gus Scott, you got to be more aware of where the sideline is compared to the marker. That's going to be a yard short of the 1st down.
Yeah, you got to, if you're a wide receiver, you got to get over that 1st down marker. 1 yard short, 2 yards short, you're going to be putting it on 4th down.
And you got to think that Major League owners and coaches are going to be keeping an eye on this game as well as every other game going on for the rest of this season. So they're going to be looking at these routes that these wide receivers run and how short or long they run them, as that punt is going to go dribble into the end zone. Looked like they were trying to down it deep once again to give Salt Lake City a long field, but it just rolls into the end zone, and they're going to start out the 20-yard line.
Yeah, first time they downed it, the first punt they downed it a quarter ago, was luck, good job by them. But this time, luck wasn't on Ottawa's side.
As Slider and company comes back out from the 20-yard line with 3 wide, and looks like that's Lee behind him in the backfield. He is going to throw it to Lee out there in the flats, but once again, Lee just has nowhere to go on that play as they get a tackle for loss there on that play.
Yeah. Once again, that free safety or strong safety coming out of their spot to tackle Logan Lee for a loss again.
Logan Lee just not having any kind of room to go out there in the flats. This time, Slider is going to be back to pass, but he runs out of time, and that pressure is going to get to him in the backfield. And he, number 58 there for Ottawa, that's Juan, Mississippi, going to come away with a huge sack.
Yeah, beautiful job there by Juan, Mississippi, getting the sack there. You got to get your sacks when you can, because when you're a linebacker, it's like hard to get sacks like that.
Juan, Mississippi's hungry. Got that sack lunch already here in the second quarter. Slider back to throw, but that's not going to be nowhere near the first down marker as 84. That is going to be one of the backups once again. Grant Hickman on the reception, but nowhere near enough for the first down, bringing up fourth.
Yeah, you should have had a longer pass play in your playbook there for that 4th down and long. Because if you had, that short play was not a good design to play there.
Salt Lake City back to punt, and Ottawa should come away with at least decent field position here on this next drive. A spin move there, and the next drive for Ottawa will start right around the 45-yard line. Preparations for season 18 in the SFL are underway. If you've missed the hundreds of re-signings from the past week, Cameron Irvine and Tyler Falk will catch you up on the transaction wire tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern right here on YouTube. Stay tuned for the league's free agency special, which airs Monday, December 13th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern here on the YouTube channel as well, with front office and free agent guests and analysis. And Scar Patterson back to throw on first down, and that is going to be incomplete as Harper couldn't come up with that reception.
Yeah, I think looked like there Gus Scott gotten Harper's way to catch the ball, because I think they were running like a split route there, one going one way, Scott going the other way, and they just crisscrossed in the wrong spot, and he couldn't get the ball.
Looks like the defense coming out in a nickel package here as Ottawa has a 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard lines. Patterson back to throw, pump fakes, throws it out in the flats, and Conway just not going to go anywhere. Maybe a 1-yard gain on that play, but it looks like Conway just kind of stopped there on that route there in the flats and couldn't catch that one in stride. Yeah,
he just had, catch the ball, stop, and go. You have to go forward. You just can't stop in one spot and, when you're running back and have to catch the ball like that.
Patterson back to throw once again. This time he's going to find his wide receiver. That is Gus Scott once again, and he's going to pick up a gain of 6 yards. But that's, once again, not going to be enough for the first down. But being on the other side of the 50-yard line, maybe we'll see him go for it. But I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like they're going to come out and punt it.
It's 4:48 in the clock, and you're tied at 7. It's just not a good plan to go for it on 4th and 3.
I guess I was just trying to be ambitious for Ottawa's offense there. But anyways, it's going to be punted away and returned up to the 17-yard line by Salt Lake City's receiver there. And that is where Slider and company will start this next drive. And we're just kind of seeing here in the second quarter, after that that first Ottawa touchdown that they've scored to tie things up, ever since then, it's kind of been just a back and forth field position game here. Yeah,
it's pretty much punch, counter punch right now here.
The Slider comes back out under center, hands the ball off, and Logan Lee's not going to go anywhere as he's going to lose 3 yards on that play as some linemen are trying to get some extracurriculars in there after the whistle. But 3-yard loss is going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Yeah, O'Rourke there on that tackle for loss there of Logan.
Nice defensive battle we have brewing here as Slider comes out under center with split backs in the backfield on 2nd and long. Back to throw is Slider, and he's going to run out of time, and that's going to count as a sack. A 2-yard loss and a sack on that play, and that is going to be number 98. Excuse me, that's Bruce Horn, the defensive tackle there on that sack.
Yeah, I guess one of the offensive linemen lost their assignment there on Horn, and Horn got in there to sack Kenny Slider.
3rd and long. Kind of surprised Slider isn't in a gun, but he's under center nonetheless. Back to throw. Pump fakes, and he's going to take off, and this time he's not going to get enough for the first down as he's tackled about 7 yards short there to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, good job there by Kenny Slider to know that is why, again, his wide receivers were not open, so he had to try to run for the first down, but he was 7 yards short of it.
Salt Lake City, these punters for both teams are getting their work in today for sure. As Gussie is back once again deep in his own territory to punt, gets that ball away, and the reception is made about the 42-yard line, brought up to the 46-yard line, and that is where Patterson will bring his offense out for this next coming drive. And while the offense is coming out on the field here, Justin, Ottawa's offense has, one of the many female players in this league, highlighting Dusty Rourke back there at tight end, number 42. We love to see the females come into this league to make a name for themselves as well.
Yeah, the women here in the SFL show their grit and determination and make sure they all make an impact here in the SFL.
Making an impact and proving it's not just a boys game anymore, as they're out here trying to make an impact and a name for themselves, as that first down throw is incomplete, bringing up 2nd and 10. And just continuing on that thought, we do have other female tight ends in this league. Laura Percoco comes to mind for Fort Worth. So it's not unheard of, as that ball is deeply thrown over the right-hand side, and that is going to be batted away and incomplete. Looks like Frankie Custer was back there for a pass deflection once again.
Yeah, and speaking of Dusty Rourke, they were looking for her on that, and Scar Patterson was looking for her on that play.
Looking to get her first touch of this ball game, and just couldn't get it out to her on that right side. Actually, I guess that was number 30 there, Diedrich Law, on that tip. I thought maybe Custer might have got his hand on it, but they gave that one to Law. And
Scar, like I was about to say, Scar Patterson fought the Law, and the Law won.
The Law most certainly won on that play, bringing up 3rd and 10 on the 46-yard line. Patterson back to throws over the middle. This time he finds his man. And should I say, nope, that's not going to be Dusty Rourke. That is going to be number 10, backup wide receiver, Cole Vermillion.
Yep, I was about to say that. I think Cole was running a perfect arrow route there. Look at that. Right down the middle of the field, perfect arrow route. Scar Patterson finds him. He catches the ball, and it's first down, Ottawa.
And Vermillion getting the first down that his offense desperately needed, as they bring the ball now inside Salt Lake City territory. Already down and under 3 minutes left here in this first half. Quick moving first half here in Ottawa, as they get a first down on the 39-yard line. Scar Patterson under center. Going to hand the ball off to A.J. Conway. We haven't called his name in a little bit, but he's going to only get a 2-yard gain to set up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, we haven't called his name yet, but he's been running the ball well. I don't know how many yards of carry he's got yet because it hasn't shown on the board, but he's been running really well tonight.
And that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning here in Ottawa. Tied up here at 7 apiece. Anybody's ball game. And we are going to be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SFL Minor League on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Getting set here in the booth for these last 2 minutes of the first half. Justin Reside with me as commentator. I'm Nate Hall, your play-by-play analyst. And back to throw is Patterson. He's going to find his man. That is going to be Gus Scott. Gus Scott so far today, Justin, is just having a good day helping his team move the ball down the field. Yeah,
really good job today for Gus Scott helping out the Ottawa offense move this ball. Now we got a 3rd and 3 coming up here.
Now, I'm going to say it, I'll probably jinx it, but they're inside field goal range, I think, for maybe Amelia Rose's Week 8 signing, maybe field goal range for her if they don't lose any yardage. We highlighted Dusty Rourke. I like to see Amelia Rose get out there and try a field goal attempt, but they're not going to need her yet, as AJ Conway is going to have another long run, and he's going to be off the right-hand side, and no one's going to catch him. He's going to go into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for AJ Conway. What a play.
What a play indeed. Look at the blocking there by the Ottawa lineman there to spring free AJ Conway for the touchdown.
Well, they might not have needed Amelia Rose for the field goal, but they're going to bring her out anyway for the extra point for good measure to add this point after attempt on. After what a great play on that right-hand run there for AJ Conway. AJ Conway having a great game so far. Just can't say enough about this guy. Came into this game with 2 rushing touchdowns, and he's adding to this total already.
Yep, that's number 3 on the season for him.
As snap is down for Amelia Rose, kick is up, and it is good. And the Ottawa Cavalry take their first lead of this game, 14-7. And we'll see what Salt Lake City can do on this drive. I'm sure they're going to be trying to run the 2-minute drill when they get this ball back.
Yeah, they got it. I'm guessing that's what they're planning on, because being down a touchdown, you want to tie it up before half.
As the ball is on the tee, and Amelia Rose kicks this one off. Going to be fielded at about the 8-yard line, right at the middle, and brought out to about the 26-yard line. And that is where 84 is going to be stopped. There on that return. Hickman not getting any further than that, and Slider is going to see what he can do on offense.
Yeah, let's see what the Salt Lake City offense does for a counterpunch here.
As Slider starts out this drive under center, 3 wide, but they're going to hand the ball off to Logan Lee, and that's only going to be a gain of 3 yards on the play. And kind of interesting here so far, Justin, they're not showing any sign of hurry up here so far on this drive. Yeah,
I guess they want to save their hurry up offense for when they really need it, obviously.
As Slider comes back out under center, I formation behind him. Slider hands the ball off once again to Logan Lee. Has a little bit more of a running lane. Going to get a good 4 yards, and now they're going to see the hurry up as they try to hurry up quickly with the 3rd and short coming up. 3rd and 3. Play action. Nice play action. And that is going to be caught. And that's going to be a first down up to the 40-yard line. Looks like that might have been a tight end there on that.
That was reception. Looked like Murphy on that one.
Another play action pass, and Slider ducked the first man, but he's going to go down for a sack. And they're going to keep this hurry up going as it's going to be 2nd and 15, 40 seconds and counting here in the first half. Another play action pass, and he's not going to get rid of it. He is going to go down once again, and it's going to be 3rd and just super, like a mile almost, I think, coming up on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, Juan, Mississippi again with another sack on Kenny Slider. Slider is just losing time in the pocket right now.
The offensive line needs to step it up and try to protect their quarterback. They have had problems giving up sacks coming into this game already, and they're just continuing that problem. As Slider deep throw over the middle, and that's going to be picked off, and he's got some running room. He is coming up the middle all the way down to the 35-yard line, and that is going to be number 35 for Ottawa, I believe, maybe? Nope, that's 22. Josh Neal coming up with a huge pick late in this first half.
Yep, Neal there, 2-man coverage there. Mistake there by Kenny Slider there, throwing it into 2-man coverage.
And knocked the backfield umpire down to boot. Not sure what he did, but just wrong place, wrong time. And that's going to bring us to the half, Justin. And Ottawa's going to have the lead going into the locker room at a 14-7 score. And as we take a look at some of these replays and some of these stats, just a great job by Ottawa. I feel like this was a tale of 2 quarters here in this first half. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this has been a counter. Salt Lake had the counter punches early, and then Ottawa in the second half just had their punches right back to take the lead here, 14-7 over Salt Lake at the half.
As we take a look at that early fumble there by Logan Lee, setting up a good field position. But there has been a couple of turnovers, but neither team's played a perfect game, but both teams are fighting their hearts out. You know, we talked about it earlier in this game, how much both teams need this win to keep their very slim playoff hopes alive. They're certainly showing it here early in this ball game.
Yeah, they're showing it real early. They want to fight like dogs. It's like right now Salt Lake is sitting at 3-4, wanting to, or 2-4, wanting to keep pace with Tacoma, but Ottawa is trying to get to 2-5 and continue their march to the playoff. Try to make their march to the playoffs with this game and their final game of the season coming up next week.
We'll take a look at some of the games coming up next week as it comes with the we talk about the playoff picture a little later, but as close to the game that this is right now, as we come back out into the onto the field for the second half as the kickoff is underway, it is setting up to be an exciting finish here in Ottawa for sure, as this ball is going to be received about the 5-yard line, and he's got a lane up the left-hand side, and he's going to be brought out all the way up to the 37-yard line, and Hickman has had some running lanes on both punt returns and kick returns so far in this game.
Yeah, he has. He's been getting really good starting field position for Salt Lake, but they just had a hard time in the second quarter, to get that, make that field position into touchdowns or a field goal.
As Slider comes out for this first drive of the third quarter under center, play action pass, back to throw is Slider, and that is going to be incomplete. Looks like number 50 might have got his hand on there to knock that ball away. Jared Brandt might have knocked that ball down at the line, but it's going to be incomplete for a 2nd and 10. Yeah,
good coverage there by Grant, and Ottawa. Perfect, defensive play call on that pass.
2nd and 10 now from the 37-yard line is Salt Lake City. As Slider comes back out under center, hands the ball off to Lee. This time he's got a spin move, has a little bit of a lane, and he's going to come out for a 6-yard gain on his first carry of the second half.
Yeah, 2.5 yards a carry for Lee in this game so far. Heading into this third quarter, it's really good job by Logan Lee, but Ottawa's been getting to him early.
And 2.5 average is right on par for his season average, which is 2.7 coming into this game. So he can hit the home run ball, but he likes to get those small chunk plays most of the time, as Lottie Liu this time comes away with a nice completion on the side. Oh, they're going to call that incomplete.
Wow, I looked like Lottie Liu was, to me, one of his feet was inbounds.
And the coaching staff agrees with you, Justin, as well as myself. I thought he had 1 foot in bounds, and they're going to throw that red handkerchief out on the field and make our 62 look under the hood. And we'll look along with him under the hood as we try to see if he did end up getting 1 foot down to get that first down.
He did. He had 1 foot out, 1 foot in. So I think this is a good challenge here by Ross Napoli.
Very, very good challenge, and they are going to overturn that one. But I don't think there was much doubt that they would. But it's nice to see R62 call it for himself. He was able to see that 1 foot touch the ground in bounds, and that's going to be a first down for this Salt Lake City offense. Crowd here in Ottawa doesn't like it, but hey, it's the home crowd. What do you expect as Salt Lake City comes out here on first down? Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for this Ottawa Cavalry win so they can go home happy after their Senators won today.
You did it. You got the Senators in there for this game as they passed it over the middle, but this time it's going to be knocked away. Number 51, Larry Duncan there on the tip ball.
Yeah, good job there by Larry Duncan to tip that ball. And linemen, we know, have a hard time getting interceptions, what they're good at fast deflections.
As it is 2nd and 10, this time Slider stands back in the gun. Waiting on the snap is Slider, back to throw. He has some time, scrambling off to the right, throws it on the run. He has a man over the middle, and that is going to be caught on the 28-yard line and tackled. And that is going to be Kelly Blow, I believe, on that reception. It is for a nice first down reception.
Yeah, nice first down reception there by Kelly Blow. Look how wide open he was. And he had 3 or 4 defenders for Kenny Slider to fit in that window there.
It seems like both of these quarterbacks have been under duress all game today. And both of these teams' offensive lines have had problems in the past leading up to this game, giving up sacks. We'll get into that here after this play. As he catches that ball out on the towards the sidelines, and that is going to be 84. That's Grant Hickman on the reception for a 2nd and 6. And just to continue that thought there, Justin, Salt Lake City's offense has allowed 18 sacks on the season coming into this game, and Ottawa Cavalry's offense has allowed 14 themselves. So both of these quarterbacks under duress a lot this season.
Yeah, they've been under duress a lot this season, trying to get in that make sure they stay in that pocket, but it's hard for them when they have defensive ends or somebody like Guam, Mississippi coming at them.
Absolutely, as Logan Lee able to get a good chunk yardage on that play, good enough for a first down as they get the ball well inside the 20-yard line now in the red zone, looking to possibly tie this game up here in the third quarter is Salt Lake City as they get a good drive going so far here in this third quarter.
Yeah, this is a real sustained drive here by Kenny Slider on the offense so far.
Slider back in the gun. Back to throw, has time there in the pocket. Slider gets the ball off, and that's going to be caught. And that's going to be Brian Murphy, I believe, on that reception. It is the tight end. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. And that's going to set up a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for Salt Lake.
Yeah, I thought I saw Mike Daggs on instead of Murphy there, because he was looking to Mike Daggs-esque there.
Absolutely looking to get his stock on the rise in this game as Slider throws it out to the left, and looked like Lottie Liu was trying to outstretch his arm there across the goal line, just couldn't quite get there, and it's going to spring up 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, 2nd and goal here from the 1. Just give it to Lee. It's a simple run play here for Salt Lake City.
Give it to Lee and let him punch it up the middle. Let's see if they come out with that philosophy, as they do bring out Slider under center with an I formation behind him. Slider does hand it off to Lee, but he's going to try to go wide, and it's going to end up being a 2-yard loss on that play. And that is going to be number 56 for Ottawa. That's Darren Fields there for the tackle for loss on that play.
Yeah, good tackle for loss there. I think Ottawa just starting to get in that goal line stand here to prevent Salt Lake City from getting in the end zone.
Salt Lake City knocking on the door in this game, taking a look at the Madison San Jose game. That game's all knotted up with 4 minutes left at 13 apiece. Close games all around in this late slated games here. As they come out with a 3rd and goal, does Salt Lake, as Slider is in trouble. He's going to go down, and he's going to be sacked. Oh, man. Juan, Mississippi coming away with yet another sack. I'm sorry, that's Declan O'Rourke this time, I believe, coming away with his first sack of the game.
Yep, again, linebackers coming in to pressure Kenny Slider, and Declan O'Rourke brings him down. So that makes it a 4th down and a field goal from Bradshaw coming up.
Bradshaw trying to get his team just a little bit closer here with a field goal attempt. Looks like it's going to be about a 24-yard attempt. Snaps down, kick is up, and he splits the upright. Good for 25 officially, and that is going to bring his team a little bit closer, but still down 14-10 midway through the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for Salt Lake there. Ottawa got in their goal line stand. Perfect job there to prevent Salt Lake from going in the end zone. Just tack on the 3 and just let your defense start keeping Ottawa from going in the end zone this round.
As that kick is away, it looked like the receiver caught that one on the run, and that might have got him off pace a little bit, and he's going to bring that ball barely out to the 20-yard line. And that's where Patterson and company will start this next drive, As don't miss out, the final week of the SFLm regular season will be broadcast live Friday, December 17th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can watch every single SFL minor league game on the SFL's YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell to receive updates. Help the league get to 5,000 subscribers during the SFL's fourth season, the SFL minor league, where football dreams begin, as that one is brought out for a good 7-yard gain. Gus got there on the nice catch there towards the sidelines.
Yeah, and speaking of the playoffs, I know Cam is, and next week we'll be doing all his scenarios during the games, and week 9 games to make sure who to find out who's in the playoffs and who's not.
Absolutely, he is going to have his work cut out for him next week for sure. With all these teams that's going to be piling up around the 3-4 or 2-5 mark, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive, as Dusty Rourke unable to keep a hand on that one, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, she was seeing the ball in her hands, but she just dropped it and it just dropped out of her hands onto the turf.
Looked like she was trying to dive for that one, and unfortunately bounced off of her fingertips. But good effort there by her nonetheless. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line is Gar Patterson, as he hands the ball off this time to AJ Conway, and they're going to say he didn't make the yards to gain, as they're going to call him short. It's going to be 4th and inches from the 30.
Wow, if I were Frank Morales, I would challenge that play, but I guess he doesn't want to waste a challenge on a measurement. That's all.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too early to do that. Maybe he figures since he has the lead already, they'll just play field position. But nonetheless, it was a very close call. They're going to call him short, bringing out the punter, Aiden Loft, to kick this one away. No pressure on this punt. Gets it away very comfortably. That's going to be caught at the 30 and brought up to about the 33-yard line. And we saw Salt Lake City drive the ball down the field for a field goal the last drive. Let's see what they do here on this upcoming drive.
Yeah, hopefully they can throw it in the end zone this time, because field goals are not what you need right now. You need touchdowns.
As Kenny Slider comes back out under center with the I formation behind him. They're going to hand the ball off to Logan Lee, and he is going to get about 3 yards on the play before he's tackled to bring up a 2nd and 7. Looks like I thought he had maybe a little bit more of a running lane there than he actually did, but he got a good 3 yards anyways.
Yeah, get good 3 yards here. Think of and then Kenny Slider is going to read his play charts on his arm, see what he can do on 2nd and 7.
And he might have read his play calling chart on his arm, but he's looking to change the play at the line as he comes back and throws over the middle, and that's going to be completed for a 1st down. Looks like that might have been Logan Lee out of the backfield. It was, and he's going to have a 1st down yardage on that play to bring up on the other side of the field. Yeah,
that was an interesting call. You have all your wide receivers, but past your running back out of the backfield. That's a good play. That's a good call by Kenny Slider.
This time Slider finds Lee out of the backfield, out into the flats, and Lee's going to catch this one and bring it up for a 3-yard gain as they bring it out to midfield here for this next play. And as we are getting closer to the end of the 3rd quarter here, we think about what this game means to both of these teams. We can't talk about enough about how these teams need this win, as Logan Lee carries this one up the middle, and that's going to be a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, good 2-yard gain there. But back to the playoff picture. Ottawa's trying to climb the ranks, and Salt Lake City's trying to catch Tacoma right now to get into the fourth spot.
And as a 3rd down play, 3rd and 5 here, Slider back to throw, and that's going to be caught, but falling to the turf instead of trying to run for it is number 86, Brian Murphy, and that's going to be short of the 1st down.
Yeah, very short of the 1st down. I think if Murphy went over the 1st down marker, he would have had the 1st down, but instead they have to punt this ball away to Ottawa.
I saw somebody in chat say, "Let's take a shot." Maybe it'd be too early, but maybe you might go for it. But they are going to punt this ball away, as Salt Lake thinks it's too early to try to go for it here, and that's going to be fair caught by Ottawa at the 16-yard line. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. As they start this drive, does Ottawa with the handoff to AJ Conway, and he's going to get a 3-yard gain. As you take a look at the stats, he is 1 yard away from that 100-yard mark.
Yeah, one more handoff for AJ Conway, and he hits the century mark for this game. And it's good work here by the offense to have him try to get to the century mark.
He's not going to get on this play, I don't think, as they come out in a gun formation. Scar Patterson by himself in the backfield. Back to throws. Patterson throws it over the middle, and that's going to get picked off. Patterson and Frankie Custer comes away with the interception over the middle. That is disaster written all over it, and Custer's going to come away with a great interception on that play.
Yes, great job there by Custer to stay in his spot right there to intercept the ball that Scar Patterson threw.
And as we close out or getting closer to the end of the third quarter, Slider back to throw, and that one's going to be tipped away and incomplete. That's going to be Fields there with the tip pass, bringing up a 2nd and 10. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that it's still a tie game at 13 apiece between Madison and San Jose, with only 35 seconds left in that game. Madison trying to drive late. Just caught a deep pass over the middle to set themselves up in field goal range, so it looks like they may pull it out, but that's a close game nonetheless. This game's another close game, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. This has huge playoff implications in it as well, as Slider's going to get sacked by Brandt back in the backfield for a huge loss.
Yeah, Brandt there, fine, pressuring Slider, and just he takes him down for the sack, and that's, again, pressure from the defense on Salt Lake's quarterback.
Setting up a 3rd and 13 from the 42-yard line is Kenny Slider. Slider back to throw, tries to take off and run with it. He's not going to get the first down. It's going to be down to the 35-yard line to bring up a 4th and 7. I know they have a contracted kicker in Jordan Bradshaw, but I think it may be out of his range here. They are going to bring out Gusty to punt this ball away.
Yeah, again, pressure from the pocket. Slider had to get out of it, and just 7 yards short once again.
Back to punt this ball away and try to pin Ottawa deep. Fielded at the 12-yard line and brought up to about the 16. And Jamal Carter brings that ball out to about the 16-yard line to set up this next drive for Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa's been putting together good drives, but they just only have 14 points. It's, been a struggle between these two teams to get maybe a playoff spot or stay in the race itself.
As they begin this drive, does Ottawa with Patterson under center, back to throw. And he's going to find his receiver at about the 19-yard line. That is going to be Gus Scott with the reception, but only a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, good job there by the Salt Lake defense to contain Scott to only 3 yards. It's, tough when you're a wide receiver and you have defensive players coming at you like that.
Back in the gun this time is Scar Patterson. AJ Conway to the left of him in the formation. Back to throw is Patterson trying to find a receiver, and that is going to be incomplete. Looks like Patterson's trying to find a flag for pass interference on that play, but the ref's not going to call that.
Yeah, I was looking for it too. Custer was all over the receiver there for Ottawa, and I would have thrown the flag if I were the referee.
At any rate, maybe a missed call there, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. This time, Patterson's going to come out and the gun once again, but this time he's going to be by himself. As you're going to look to convert here on 3rd and 7. Back to throw is Patterson. Has an open man on the right-hand side. And Dougie Day coming up with a big catch to get a first down.
Yeah, a much needed first down there for Ottawa, because Ottawa has not gotten a first down in this quarter, I believe, on many occasions. But this time, Doug Day gets that first down that Ottawa desperately needs to move the chains.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if Madison's field goal kicker is contracted or not, but however, he did just kick a game-winning field goal with zeros on the clock to get his team up to a 6-1 record. So hard-fought game by San Jose, but they fall short to Madison as they hand the ball off to A.J. Conway here, and that's going to be a 1-yard carry for A.J. Conway. And just, updating the records a little bit here as we close out the third quarter. We'll come back to that thought when we come back. Don't go anywhere. It's a game still, ladies and gentlemen, as Ottawa Cavalry still leads 14-10. You're watching the minor league here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. As we set up shop here in the fourth quarter of play, Patterson here on 2nd and 9 with 4 wide and Patterson under center. Patterson back to throw, finds his man, but that's not going to go for very much yards. That is Gus Scott for only a 2-yard play. But going back to that thought of updating the records here, Madison now sitting at a 6-1 record, and San Jose with that loss falls to 2-5. So that loss hurts them as far as playoff hopes, but they are still in it because should a team go to 3-5, they are still technically in the playoff conversation because the 3-5 team can make it currently. Go ahead.
Yeah, as the playoff picture, for Salt Lake, if they get a win here in the last quarter, they would go to 3-4 and be still in the race with Tacoma for that 4th spot, which is currently held. I don't know who's holding it right now, that 4th spot.
The 4th spot is currently being held by, well, it was Lexington until they lost, so it's going to be a logjam, I think, for that 4th spot after this week, as that punt is almost blocked, but he does get that one away. That's going to be returned up to the 42-yard line. Luckily for Aiden Loft, he was able to get that one away because there was heavy pressure on that one, but Hickman was able to bring that up to start this next drive.
Yeah, that was heavy pressure on Loft there by the Salt Lake City special teams there. And you got to make sure you can block punts like that, just in case, you can get better field position that way on block punts instead of what happened here, what's going on here.
As Slider starts this drive under center on 1st down, hands the ball off to Logan Lee, and Logan Lee is going to get 4 yards up the middle before he's tackled there to set up a 2nd and medium. And after this week's slate of games, trying to take a closer look at this playoff picture, that with everybody losing to the teams that have winning records already, that makes this game, Justin, a lot more important as we close down this 4th quarter as they hand the ball off to Logan Lee, and he's going to lose yards there.
Yeah, I think Tacoma, even though they have the bye, they're going to be moving up somewhere to like the 4th or maybe 5th spot if Salt Lake loses here.
All comes down to the math. Good luck, Cam. You'll need it. As 3rd and 8 coming up here. Slider trying to get the first down on his feet. This time, I thought he had the first down, but they're going to call him short. 4th and inches, as they're saying he didn't scramble and get the yards to gain.
Wow, that was surprised he was short. Maybe they're going for it here on 4th and inches. I'm surprised Ross Napoli didn't do a measurement challenge.
Let's see if they do the bait and switch, but I wouldn't be surprised if they snap it here on 4th and inches. Slider under center, and they do snap it, handing the ball off, and they're not going to get it. Ottawa's going to knock Logan Lee down in the backfield, And coming away with a huge tackle for loss on 4th down is Darren Fields.
Yeah, Darren Fields coming around the corner there to get Logan Lee down like that. That is... No, if that's the double-edged sword on going for 4th down. You either get it or it's a turnover on downs.
As you said, Ottawa takes over here on downs at midfield, right at midfield, as Patterson starts out under center here on 1st and 10. Patterson hands the ball off to A.J. Conway and gets a yard on that play before being tackled. Looks like number 37 there, Sabo Kanan, was slow to get up. Luckily, he was able to get up after that play.
Yeah, he was lucky to get up after that play because he's been coming out of his safety spot there to get Conway on that play.
As we get 2nd and 9 here, gonna get another 1 yard gain for Conway, and this time it's Fellows on the tackle after a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, every safety's been coming out of their safety spot on these last 2 runs to get Conway for minimal yardage.
As it's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 48. Ottawa may be trying to bleed this clock a little bit. Still midway through the 4th quarter here. Patterson back to throw on 3rd down. Has a man on the left-hand side, and that's going to be completed. And that is going to be Harry Harper on the reception to get his team a 1st down.
Yeah, Harry Harper, I believe he was running that route to the left side and then just caught the ball. And, I think Patterson had a very tight window to throw that in. That was a perfect job there.
Not going to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but, we see where they're out in the field. Anyways, Scar Patterson under center here on 1st down. And they are going to find Dusty Rourke. I think that's her first catch tonight. And she's going to have enough for the 1st down inside the 20-yard line. What a reception by her on that right side.
Yeah, finally Ottawa gets Dusty Rourke to catch that ball after so many tries with her, trying to find her. But this time they find her.
Finally getting to call Dusty Rourke's name after she's had a couple of incomplete passes not go her way tonight, but finally able to catch that one as they find that's Gus Scott over the middle for a nice gain to set up yet another 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10.
Yeah, it looks like they're using Patterson's arm to get these 1st downs now instead of having A.J. Conway run the ball so many times right now.
Not only is Ottawa moving the ball, but they're also bleeding the clock. Now approaching 6 minutes left in this game inside the 10-yard line down to the 6 is Ottawa. This could be a killer if they score a touchdown this late in the ball game, if they try to hand the ball off to A.J. Conway. And Salt Lake City's number 91 says, "No, sir, not this time." Zeus Howard, says, "Sit down."
Yeah, Zeus Howard found A.J. Conway again. It's like this Salt Lake City defense has been doing that all night, getting Conway every time he tries to run the ball.
Salt Lake City's defense needs to stop here in the worst way as Patterson's back to throw on 2nd down. Finds his man, but he's not going to be able to turn upfield as that is going to be Cole Vermillion there on the reception on the right side. Not able to turn upfield. He's going to be tackled at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, good try there. Just he couldn't turn up the field to get to the end zone. Now it's 3rd down and they're in a goal, and looks like Salt Lake City's going to a goal line set.
Let's see if Ottawa can find an open receiver. They do have a man out there. That's going to be picked off. What a disastrous play by Ottawa. Gar Patterson throwing a pick this close to the goal line. That's going to be Frankie Custard wreaking havoc in that defensive backfield. Once again, come away with a huge interception.
And always with these passes, the side end zones are very tight when you throw these balls. And that's what happened there. Custer got tight coverage and he intercepted the ball.
Big defensive stop for this Salt Lake City defense. Frankie Custer coming away with a huge impact-making play on that drive. bringing out Salt Lake City's offense with under 5 minutes left. Slider back to throw into gun. Finds his man off to the right. Make sure he keeps both hands on it and runs out of bounds. That is going to be 84. Grant Hickman making sure he holds on to that ball as he runs out of bounds for a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, now Salt Lake City's just trying to save a little clock here and run these short arrow and what's the word I'm searching for? Short routes. There we go.
There we go. As we set up a 2nd and 7 here on this next play. Slider under center here, throws it over the middle, and that should have been picked off, but instead it's going to be batted away. Jared Brandt in there on the pressure. Wasn't sure who was back there on the coverage. Maybe it was Neal, I believe. But at any rate, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Neal and Hubbard both in there. You had Custard didn't have a window to throw to, and that ball was just knocked down.
Big 3rd down here for Salt Lake City. They need this if they want to continue this drive to try to score late in this ball game. Slider back in the gun this time with 2 backs on either side of him. Back to throw is Slider. Deep throw over the middle. Diving catch. And that is going to be a huge diving catch. That is going to be Kelly Blow giving his team yet another set of downs late in this ball game to keep this drive alive.
Wow, and look at that tight window Kenny Slider had to throw into to give Kelly Blow the ball, give the ball right to Kelly Blow there in that tight window.
And Hubbard and Neal back again, both back there in coverage. This time the receiver was able to come away with it this time, setting up a 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. Slider back to throw on 1st down, and he's going to get sacked behind the line of scrimmage for a 4-yard loss. And he shoots and he scores. Number 50 there, Jared Brandt coming in with a huge sack.
Yeah, Garrett Brandt there sneaking in between his defensive line and the offensive line to get that sack and pressure Kenny Slider once again.
Hands the ball off this time to Logan Lee, and Logan Lee's not going to have anywhere to go. That's going to be a 3rd and long situation coming up here for Salt Lake City. From the 42-yard line, 3rd and 15 as Lee is tackled for a loss.
Yeah, Juan Mississippi there getting that tackle for loss.
Juan Mississippi wreaking havoc all day in that offensive backfield for Salt Lake City. Yet again with another TFL. Slider back to throw this time. Runs out of time to get that ball away. Had to throw it out in the flats. And this time it's going to be the fullback with the reception. And Fred Willows not going to have anywhere to go. It's going to be a 4th and 16.
Yeah. Thus, it was Deacon O'Rourke right there to hit him hard. And I believe he went to the shadow realm there, fellows.
They're bringing up a 4th down, and Salt Lake City is going to opt to punt this ball away with under 3 minutes left in this game. And Ottawa is going to have this next drive start at the 27-yard line really quick. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And here, Justin, with under 3 minutes left in this game, I'm surprised that they're throwing it here, as he does throw it out in the flats, finding AJ Conway for a 1-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, I was surprised they even run that screenplay there to have Conway do a running catch, but it lost a yard, so they have to go. Scar has to go back to the playbook and figure out something else.
As Scar Patterson has a 2nd and 11 now from the 27-yard line. Under center is Patterson. AJ Conway behind him in the backfield. 4 wide though in this set as they try to bleed this clock down, throwing it out in the flat once again to Conway. This time he gains that yard back that he lost earlier. And you see it there on the graphic, ladies and gentlemen. Boogie Barr having himself a day once again, albeit quietly, but he's still having a day with 8 tackles. As we reach a 2-minute warning here in Ottawa, Ottawa trying to hold on to this 4-point lead, but Salt Lake City trying to come away with a win late in this game. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SFL minor league here on YouTube, presented by APM Music. As we have a 3rd and 10 coming up here on the 27-yard line. Patterson back to, he's going to hand it off to Conway. And Salt Lake City is going to call timeout to stop the clock. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Good job by this defense.
Yeah, good job there by the Salt Lake City defense there to give the ball right back to their offense after this punt.
Time in these last 2 minutes here, Justin, to see which team wants it more. Which team wants this win more as we are closing out this game, as both teams are trying to stay in this playoff hunt. As the punter for Ottawa, Aiden Loft, is back to punt this one away. High snap, but he gets this one away all the way down to the 39-yard line. And Hickman will bring this one up to about the 42. And Salt Lake City, you got to think now it's do or die time.
Yeah, very do or die time because it's now 150 left. Yeah, Kenny Slider in the offense has to get a touchdown here to get the win, or they're going to go drop to 2 and 5.
It's going to be the hero for Salt Lake City. He's going to step up under 2 minutes left as Slider starts this next drive. Back in the gun. Back to throw is Slider. Has a man out to the left, and that is going to be Lottie Liu on the reception for a good 7-yard gain to bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, good job there. Lottie Liu catches the ball, runs out of bounds, making sure Salt Lake City has enough time on this clock to come back and get the win here.
As we bring up a 2nd and 3 situation here from the 49-yard line. Slider under center with 3 wide, and Logan Lee offset behind Slider. Slider back to throw on 2nd down. Runs out of time, but he still gets the ball away. Somehow finds his man. That's going to be completed for a 1st down. I don't know how he got rid of that one. I thought he was going to come away with a sack there on that defensive play, but he finds his man. They're going to hurry up here. 1st down throw, and nobody there over the middle. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think Lottie Liu was knocked down by one of the Ottawa defenders there. That's why that pass became incomplete.
As it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 situation. Slider showing his poise to stand back there in that pocket under such duress like he was on that play where he was almost sacked. As he's going to go back in the gun, looking to change the play here on 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Back to throw his Slider. Throws a pass over to the left. That's Lottie Liu once again. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 situation after a 3-yard completion. Lottie Liu coming up with a nice catch on the sidelines.
Yeah, all those sideline passes Lottie Liu has been getting has stopped the clock every single time to make sure Salt Lake City has their 2 remaining timeouts so they don't have to use it if they go back into the hurry-up.
Big 3rd down play here for Salt Lake City with Slider under center, 2 backs in the backfield behind him. Slider is back to throw, has some time, steps up in the pocket, throws it away, and the tight end, Brian Murphy, just unable to come away with that one, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, Hackman just dropped the ball there. Perfect pass there by Slider. Just Hackman couldn't get his hands on the ball.
And looks like they are going to keep the offense on the field, which is a good decision this late in the ball game. 4th and 7. I believe this has to be converted, ladies and gentlemen, or else Salt Lake might be in a world of trouble if they don't convert. Back to throw is Slider deep over the middle. He's got his man. Oh my goodness! Down into the end zone is a touchdown for Kelly Blow, and Salt Lake City takes a late lead. They're up by 2 now with over a minute left in this game.
Yeah, great, amazing job there by Callie Blow to get open and away from, I believe that was Neal on the coverage there, and he just takes it to the barn.
Callie Blow coming up huge in this ball game. Week 6 signing, young man. Have yourself a night, making an impact when it counts. What a play by him to get open in that defensive backfield and turning on the Jets and taking it to the house to set his team up with a 3-point lead after the point after attempt is through the uprights and good. And with still a minute 13 left, however, Ottawa still has 3 timeouts, so there is still all the time in the world for Scar Patterson and company to at least get in field goal range to maybe tie this one up.
Yeah, because like I said before, Scar Patterson is Captain Ottawa, and he's the comeback kid every game. Every game Ottawa has been close, he just brings them back.
But it is, if you're talking about someone trying to make an impact for possibly getting into the SFL major leagues, this is Scar Patterson's time to do it. You talk about, some of the greats in the SFL, like Ashley Jackson, like Matt Wilson, like, the great, all the other quarterbacks. Yeah, there you go. Tom Pepper. Good. I'm so excited here, but I couldn't think of a name. I'm so excited about this last drive, but this is your time, Scar Patterson. Make it count as you go under center here with the first down from the 21-yard line. Scar Patterson back to throw, and that's not going to get it done. He's going to go down and get sacked for a 4-yard loss. They're going to go hurry up here. Under center is Patterson, back to throw once again, and he's going to find his man, and that is going to be caught up to the 30-yard line. Excuse me, looked like that was 82, but they don't have an 82 on their team. However, at any rate, that's going to be a free play. Patterson is going to have a free play as one of the defensive members jumped off sides.
Yep, free 5 yards for Ottawa here. I don't know if it was one of the defensive ends or a linebacker came up and it early.
Looked like they were highlighting Dino, but they're going to call it on 97. And that's going to be Eric Gaylor on the call.
No, they called it on Arnold, number 90.
90. I'm sorry, Julius Arnold. That's Julius Arnold on the offsides penalty. But that is still a killer for this Ottawa defense. I'm sorry, for the Salt Lake City defense. You can't have that kind of call when you're trying to stop an offense from getting in the field goal range this late in the ball game.
Yeah, and right now, Scar Patterson has to think in his mind he's like Ron Cochran of Florida right here.
Yeah. And Ron Cochran was mentioned in chat, and that is actually the name. That's funny that they mentioned that because that's actually one of the names I was trying to think of. I was thinking Florida, as that pass is completed by number 44 for Ottawa. That is the fullback Mateo Privado catching that ball, and Ottawa's going to call their first timeout.
Yeah, so now, we take a timeout, calm down, and Scar Patterson has to go back to the line for another play.
Patterson under center, looking to continue to move this ball down the field. Looking for his receiver. He's going to... Oh, it's going to be dropped. Looked like he had that one, but he dropped it. Gus Scott wasn't able to hold on to it as he fell out of bounds.
Yeah, he had the ball perfectly. Had the right idea to stop the clock, but it's just he didn't have the ball secured.
As it's a big 3rd and 5 situation here now on the 40-yard line. 4 wide here for Patterson with him under center. And AJ Conway offset behind him in the backfield. Patterson back to throw on 3rd down. Finds his man over the middle. He's going to have room, and that's going to be a first down. They're going to call timeout. That was a great job by Patterson to find his man over the middle. That's Harry Harper for that reception.
Yeah, nice job there by Patterson. You'll throw that ball to Harper, but he has a great one. When Patterson throws the ball and he gets windows like that, the Ottawa wide receivers are there to catch those balls.
Inside the 50-yard line now. 1 timeout left for Ottawa. 1st and 10 for Patterson and company. Looking to get in the field goal range. 26 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Patterson's trying to change the play at the line. Back to throw is Patterson. Throws it out to the right, finds his man, and that's going to be caught. Completed at the 40, but the clock's still running. They have to hurry. That was tackled in bounds. They need to get this ball off. Back is Patterson to throw once again. Throws deep over the middle, and that's going to be caught. Oh, I thought it was going to be caught, but it falls incomplete. Once again, this time it was Vermillion with the buttery hands and not able to haul that one in.
Yeah, the Superman dives have not been Ottawa's friend tonight. Rourke dropped one, and now Cole Vermillion drops one while doing the Superman.
Man, as a Madison alum myself, I had flashbacks to the Ottawa Madison game in Season 1 trying to get that out of my head as we're focusing here on this game. 40-yard line on this 3rd and 6. Patterson back to throw, pump fakes, and that's going to be picked off, and that is going to be ball game for Ottawa, ladies and gentlemen, as coming up with a huge play for Salt Lake is, I believe it said 31, Frankie Custard. It was. What a play by that young man, making an impact in this game with an interception in the end zone earlier, and now an interception to close this game out.
Yep, there it is. There's the dagger for Ottawa, and Salt Lake City's going to walk out with this win and go 3-4.
Ottawa needed this win to stay in the playoff hunt. This is going to be a huge heartbreaker for them that they couldn't pull this one out after having the lead late in this ball game. It's a gut punch for sure, but a great game by both teams nonetheless, as Slider takes a knee and Ottawa burns their last time out. But as we are closing this game out with 1 second left, Justin, just a great game altogether for both of these teams. Both of these teams came out here proving that they wanted this win as badly as possible, but Salt Lake was just able to come away with more plays to get it done.
Yep, they had more plays, and now they can be much even with Tacoma after this. Now that they're 3-4.
And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen, here in Ottawa, as Salt Lake City comes in and dashes any hopes Ottawa might have had of making the postseason, as Salt Lake City comes away with the victory 17-14. As we look at the stats here, Justin, just a hard-fought game by both teams. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, very hard-fought game. It's just Salt Lake had more to prove than Ottawa did here tonight, with the start of the game being counter punches, and then just Salt Lake City at the end in under a minute 30 just hit the gas pedal and just wrapped it up in a sweet package to get to a closer shot at the playoffs.
Salt Lake City is going to look to keep those slim playoff hopes alive next week as they visit the Lexington Miners, who just came off of a loss themselves to Annapolis this week. So both teams looking to come away with a victory in that game, and that game's going to be most likely for that final 4th playoff spot. In all honesty, as we look at some of these other stats, we see that late touchdown here by number 10, Callie Blow, coming away with a big touchdown catch in this game to give his team the lead and the final nail in the coffin that they needed to seal this ball game away. And Ottawa, just great season all together for this team. They have great players. We know that. Scar Patterson is an outstanding quarterback in his own right. Dougie Day, even though he's a weak signing, he's coming out these last 2 weeks and played. Callie Blow, ladies and gentlemen, is your player of the game tonight. 104 yards and that all-important touchdown late in the 4th quarter. For Justin Reside, with me here in the booth, I am Nate Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game we had here this evening. Good night, and we look forward to the shows coming up this week and Week 9 action this Friday. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.